Last month, I decided to go ahead and sell my Xbox for a few reasons. One of which was I wasn't really playing it. It didn't really have a lot of exciting day one games that I was interested in. Xbox Game Pass Ultimate wasn't a good enough value, even though you could argue, that it was for the $20 price tag. For me personally, it wasn't. And I just wasn't happy with it. Honestly, the ecosystem just wasn't working out for me. I got tired of seeing ads thrown in my face every time I launched the Xbox console. And I don't want to keep paying, for multiplayer, online multiplayer. I don't want to keep having to pay money just to be able to play with my friends and with my wife. So I went ahead and sold my Xbox console. And wow, you know what? I'm really glad now at this point that I did sell the console. Because here on the channel, I've been already discussing just how awful Xbox is as a company between all the layoffs, the price increases, the consoles getting those price increases. We all know about that. Well, Xbox Game Pass just received a 50% price increase. So, for example, if you wanted to buy Xbox Game Pass Ultimate for $20 in November, it will now be $30. And that's a lot of money for just basically day one access to certain games. And yeah, this doesn't really surprise me. Xbox has been kind of a trash company for several years now, and they just keep doing things that are not consumer friendly. And here we are, and I think we've reached a boiling point because there are so many people canceling their Xbox Game Pass subscriptions that it crashed the website. And look, I'm not here to tell you that you should cancel your Xbox Game Pass subscription, you should throw your Xbox out the window or anything like that. I mean, look, if all you play is Xbox and you just enjoy their ecosystem and that's all you want to play, you can probably justify and argue that even for $30 a month, which equates to $360 a year, that is an okay and acceptable price. It really just depends on what you are doing in games, Are you the type of gamer that plays on several platforms, or do you only have an Xbox? Where is the value that you're getting the most out of when you game? And ultimately, if you still feel like Xbox is still a good value for what you are trying to achieve in your gaming hobby, then that's fine. For me personally, though, like I said, it just wasn't panning out anymore. And I do think a lot of it was just because I thought Xbox just got too greedy. And, well, it seems like a lot of other people are now on my boat, and it's a fun boat. We play indie titles like Dadish 64 right here, 3D Dadish 3D, I guess is what it's called. I just want to call it Dadish 64 because it reminds me of the N64. Fun game though, I really enjoy it. And don't get me wrong, I do kind of miss gaming with my wife on the Xbox. We've been gaming since the Xbox 360 era, and it's been really fun. But like I said, it's just to pay to play for a lot of online multiplayer games is just not worth it, especially when there's a PC. And we still have an Xbox Series X because I had one and my wife has one, so I just use hers if I ever want to use my Xbox, which I don't. I mean, I really haven't touched the Xbox in so long at this point. The only thing I did recently was play a game called Killer Frequency and live stream it on my Xbox. And the only reason why I did that is because I tried to play the game on my laptop, my PC gaming laptop, and that kept overheating to hell and back. And so my friends know about that. So yeah, I had to switch over to the Xbox so I could actually show them another really cool indie title game to go check out. And yeah, it's kind of sad, isn't it? I remember loving the Xbox 360 so much, and even the Xbox One. I genuinely think the Xbox One was an amazing console. I really loved it for so many reasons, and I actually prefer to this day to play Xbox One over the PlayStation 4, even if Xbox One didn't have the exclusives. I've never been someone that really cares about having exclusivity when it comes to platforms, because I typically, as long as it's a good platform, I usually just buy them all. But it just makes me sad to see just how far Xbox really has fallen in a lot of ways, just as a company and just for whatever you want to look at it. I mean, I kind of get it as to why they're raising the prices from a business side. Let's get real here. Apparently, Xbox Game Pass is very much profitable. It has reportedly made them $5 billion. And, if you're a corporate executive and you're looking at that price tag and you're thinking to yourself, wow, that's a lot of money. How can I make more money from this? The answer is price increases. And I do think, and this is the crazy thing, is I do think this will be successful. We have a lot of people canceling right now, which is knee-jerk reactions, and I think that's 100% understandable. But I do think there's going to be a lot of people in that ecosystem that are going to look at this and go, I still think it's worth it, and they're going to pay. And the reason why I say that, again, is you just have to look at what other companies have done. Look at Netflix as an example, man. How many times has Netflix raised the prices, and you see a lot of cancellations at first, but it still ends up being profitable for that company, right? It's just, that's the name of the game, and it's all about just finding the right price point. So while I do think, and it's great to see a lot of people canceling and trying to vote with their wallet, and unless that's sustainable and unless people continue to vote that way, ultimately in the end, the $30 price tag will be considered acceptable as long as Microsoft is making more money than they did at the $20 price. So time will tell, though, if that is the case. And like I said, I think it will still be profitable. I hope not, but I think people will still, unfortunately, subscribe to the Xbox Game Pass subscription service. But not me, man. I ditched out last month, and I have no regrets. Like I said, selling the Xbox was definitely the right decision. That money's going towards my son's future. So I'm very, very happy with that sell, which is weird because sometimes I really do have seller's remorse for certain things, but not this time. This time I'm like, yeah, I think I made the right call. But let me know what you guys think. Are you happy with what you've seen so far from Xbox? Are you still going to play Xbox Game Pass? Let me know all your thoughts and feelings in the comments down below. And as always, thank you for taking the time to watch this. I am Bradley Overrated, out like a trout, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.